Salut tout le monde, bienvenue à ce nouvel épisode du Faber Cast. Je suis votre animateur Faber Glass et puis cette semaine, on reçoit deux combattants de l'UFC Vancouver qui arrivent le 14 septembre prochain. En fait, j'étais en train de dire n'importe quoi, moi là, c'est pas vrai. On reçoit un combattant de l'UFC Vancouver et une combattante de l'UFC Boston. La première invitée cette semaine, Gillian Robertson, fraîche de son incroyable performance à l'UFC 240 face à Sarah Frota, où elle a gagné par TKO au deuxième round. C'était magnifique, une performance de grappling incroyable avec les frappes et tout. C'était génial. Moi, je fanboy devant cette performance de Gillian Robertson qui vient immédiatement de se trouver un combat, puis un combat qu'elle demandait, c'est contre Maycee Barber. Ça va avoir lieu à l'UFC Boston, puis ça va être des flamèches, ce combat-là. Ça va être vraiment quelque chose qu'on a très hâte de voir. Donc, Gillian Robertson est ma première invitée. Le deuxième invité est un combattant de l'UFC Vancouver. C'est Jeff Hughes. C'est un poids lourd. Il affronte Todd Stoute. Todd Stoute qui est de retour somehow face à Jeff Hughes. Et on parle de ça, évidemment. On parle aussi de Stipe contre Daniel Cormier parce que c'est son coéquipier. Et on parle de la performance d'Aleksa Camur, son autre coéquipier qui vient de se mériter un contrat de l'UFC au Dana White's Contender Series plus tôt cette semaine. Donc, avec Jeff Hughes et Gillian Robertson, c'est l'épisode de cette semaine. Mais avant ça, il faut que je me vide le cœur un peu. Il faut que je fasse une petite rant sur quelque chose. Puis si vous avez écouté mon live stream de l'UFC 240, entre le combat à Marc-André Barriault et le combat à Olivier Aubin, merci, qu'est-ce que je dis là? J'ai comme un peu fait cette rant-là. Donc, si vous étiez à l'écoute, peut-être vous allez m'entendre me répéter. Vous allez peut-être juste vouloir skipper jusqu'aux entrevues. Mais sinon, il faut que je parle de la régie. Il faut que je parle de Todd Stoute, de ce qui arrive encore une fois. On a appris que Todd Stoute a échoué un test à la très dangereuse substance qui est appelée cannabis. Et puis c'est ça, c'est très très dangereux là, cette substance-là. Si jamais vous savez pas c'est quoi, là, c'est... écoutez, si vous prenez ça, vous devenez immédiatement accro. Là, vous avez besoin de vous injecter plein de doses de cannabis là, directement dans les veines puis tout. Là, littéralement, c'est une des drogues les plus dangereuses au monde. Et puis... c'est ça, Todd Stoute a fumé cette vilaine plante et puis il a testé positif pour le pot. Fait que là, il a été suspendu 4 mois. Il a sa victoire est devenue une défaite, ça mort par disqualification. Puis ça et tout, c'est drôle, mais c'est pas de ça que je veux parler, là, mais c'est drôle, là, tout, là, il ressortent même le cas d'Adam Daichka là-dedans. Puis ouais, on va trop activement aller coller une défaite contre Bakary Sako. Puis ça s'est fait, c'est vraiment rendu ça. Si vous allez sur Tapologie, ben Adam Daichka a bel et bien perdu contre Bakary Sako. Ben tu sais, ça c'est comme des fiches MMA. Là. Si quelqu'un voit ça, il dit oh mon dieu, Adam Daichka a perdu contre Bakary Sako, puis il cherche le combat. Et il va clairement avoir Adam Daichka allumer Bakary Sako au premier round. Ça changera jamais ce qui est arrivé au combat. Comme ça ne changera pas l'issue du combat de Todd Stoute et Alan Bodo que de littéralement changer la décision en faveur d'Alan Bodo. Donc, c'est ça. C'est pas de ça que je veux parler. Je veux parler de quelque chose qui me dérange. C'est quelque chose que en parlant justement de ça avec ma mère, là, carrément, ça me fait allumer que tabarnouche. C'est étrange la manière dont les tests positifs sont déclarés. Dans le sens que, écoute, je veux pas sonner comme le poteux mécontent là ici là. Puis je veux pas être non plus le gars qui pète la coche contre la règle. Parce que je sais que la règle est la règle, ça je suis 100% conscient de ça. Est-ce que ça veut dire que la règle est intelligente? Est-ce que ça veut dire que la règle a lieu d'être? Non, crissement pas. Selon moi, la règle est littéralement dinosauresque là, genre médiévale. C'est incroyable de punir des athlètes comme ça. Mais moi, le problème que j'ai avec ça, c'est le fait que la commission, la régie des alcools et des courses et des jeux et de n'importe quelle autre affaire qui s'occupe d'eux, il enlève 100% du salaire de cette personne-là pour le combat. On s'entend, Todd Stoute a posé son nom sur un contrat qui, oui, stipule qu'il doit pas genre avoir pris de produits dopants et de blablabla. Toute la patente, c'est dans le contrat, c'est là. Il signe son nom là-dessus. Puis tu sais, le gars, le service a été rendu. Là. Il a signé un contrat pour rendre un service qui est d'effectuer un combat d'arts martiaux mix contre Alan Bodo. Il a rendu le service. Puis la régie après avoir testé positif pour le cannabis, va lui enlever 100% de sa bourse. Pas, tu sais, on te donne une amende, donne-nous 15% de ta bourse, donne-nous 20% de ta bourse, peu importe, tu sais, c'est comme ça que ça marche avec toutes les commissions athlétiques ou presque. Mais non, la régie, eux autres, ils saisissent 100% de la bourse. Puis là où j'ai un problème, puis là où ma rant, comme, prend son sens, selon moi, c'est que c'est qui depuis le retour de TKO, là, depuis les dernières années, c'est qui les combattants qui ont échoué des tests antidopage et qui ont du fait même donner 100% de leur salaire à la régie? C'est Todd Stoute, c'est Ada Dajka et c'est Strania Gavrilovic. Qu'est-ce que ces trois combattants-là ont en commun? Font de grosses bourses, font de bonnes bourses. Je dirais pas que Todd Stoute est l'athlète le mieux payé dans TKO, je le sais pas comment il fait. Mais Todd Stoute a plusieurs combats en carrière, est un, sinon pas le meilleur 205 livres actif au Canada, n'étant pas dans l'UFC présentement avec Teddy H. Je sais que la discussion est là, mais bref, Todd Stoute est le meilleur 205 au Canada. Il gagne pas 450$ par combat, tu comprends? Il fait des bonnes bourses, nécessairement. Je sais pas si c'est 2000, 3000, je sais pas c'est quoi, mais il fait des bonnes bourses, des bourses qui ont probablement bien du bon sens à cause de son expérience. Strania Gavrilovic, on le sait tous, faisait de très bonnes bourses. C'est un combattant qui amène beaucoup de gens, qui vend énormément de billets, qui est spectaculaire. Ada Dajka aussi faisait de très bonnes bourses, un poids lourd qui knock tout le monde, qu'il y a beaucoup de partisans qui se déplacent pour lui. C'est ça, si vous voyez les gros vendeurs de billets puis les combattants avec de l'expérience commandent de plus grandes bourses que les combattants débutants. Là où j'ai un problème, c'est que je sais de source sûre, littéralement, que certains combattants ont fumé du cannabis, le très dangereux cannabis de drogue mortelle, et littéralement là, entre la pesée puis leur combat. Littéralement le soir, la veille de leur combat, ou quelques jours même avant la pesée, la semaine, parce que c'est des gens qui fument tout simplement tous les jours de leur vie. Et puis je le sais, là, de source sûre, il y a des gars qui, à des événements de TKO, puis je nommerai pas des noms, quand ils ont vu qu'ils étaient testés, étaient comme un peu stressés parce qu'ils n'avaient pas arrêté de fumer, puis ils avaient littéralement fumé la veille du combat, puis le jour d'avant, puis le jour d'avant, puis le jour d'avant, puis le jour d'avant. Et jamais ces gars-là n'ont testé positif au cannabis, même si nécessairement entre toi et moi, quand tu fumes à tous les jours de ta vie, tu vas popper en haut de la référence, qu'on le sait pas c'est quoi ça d'ailleurs, ça c'est une autre affaire, mais je pourrais en parler peut-être un peu après. On le sait pas c'est quoi le taux, là. On le sait pas, aux États-Unis avec USADA ou avec l'UFC, c'est 150 nanogrammes par millilitre de sang, c'est ça qu'il faut pas que tu dépasses. Donc si t'es en bas, t'es correct pour le jour de la compétition, évidemment, parce que c'est légal out of competition, c'est pas légal in competition. Fait qu'ils savent, là, les athlètes de l'UFC peuvent se tester eux-mêmes, dire ok, là j'étais à 150 quelques milligrammes, 175 milligrammes, wow, 200 nanogrammes, désolé, de THC par millilitre de sang, donc là je dois réduire ma consommation pour tester en bas de ça si je veux pas, tu sais, il y a des barèmes qui sont établis au Québec, on ne sait pas les crises de barèmes des fois. Je pense dans le temps d'Adam Dajka, si je me rappelle bien, c'était comme 150 puis Adam il pas à 300 quelques, mais Todd Stoute, ça a l'air qu'il y avait 100 nanogrammes, fait que c'est quoi le barème, on le sait pas vraiment, mais ceci étant dit, je le sais qu'il y a des athlètes qui ont fumé genre littéralement dans la veille et les jours avant leur combat, puis qui se sont fait tester, puis qui étaient comme stressés à propos de tout ça dans l'aréna le soir du TKO, parce qu'ils venaient de se faire tester, puis ils avaient basically fumé, ils avaient entendu l'histoire d'Adam, puis ils avaient entendu l'histoire de Strania, puis ils disaient aïe aïe, ça y est, je vais me faire enlever 100% de la petite bourse que je fais parce que je suis un combattant qui a un contrat d'entrée ou qui est à 1 ou 2 combats avec TKO. Mais non, ces gens-là ne testent pas positif parce que qu'est-ce que la régie va colisser avec 600 ou 700 ou 800 piastres? Rien. Mais le gars qui fait genre 4000, genre, parce qu'Adam, c'est ça qu'il a fallu qu'il remette à la régie. 4000$, c'est sa bourse pour ce combat-là. Ça, je pense que c'est un peu public. Puis c'est le chiffre que je le sais. Pour Strania, je sais pas c'était combien. Je sais que c'est un très bon montant aussi. Puis pour Todd Stoute, je sais pas c'est combien non plus. Mais je sais que c'est un... Tu sais... C'est pas 700$. Fait que non seulement, genre, la régie teste pour des drogues récréatives puis vole 100% de la bourse des gars au lieu de prendre juste un pourcentage, mais... Genre, moi, je veux pas passer une théorie de conspiration, là. Je veux pas être le gars qui est là, ouais, je vous le dis, c'est facts proven, nanana, nanana. Mais, selon moi, Faber, je semble constater que les seuls gens qui doivent remettre 100% de leur bourse à la régie parce qu'ils ont testé positif pour une drogue récréative sont des gars qui font des bonnes bourses. Puis les gars qui font pas des bonnes bourses, qui sont en début de carte, qui font 600-700$, eux autres, ben ils fument asti comme ils veulent, puis ils testent jamais positif parce que la régie n'en a pas rien à colisser de leurs 600$. Mais le 4000$ à la RACJ, lui, par exemple, il est intéressant. Tu sais, de quoi en faire avec ça, 4000 balles. Donc, c'est ça. C'est ça que j'avais à dire. Je trouve que c'est personnellement, ça serait genre d'undersell la patente que je dis juste que c'est de l'esti de marde, mais je vais rien que dire ça. C'est de l'esti de marde pour vrai pour les combattants qui, genre entre vous et moi, là, que vous soyez d'accord avec la consommation de potes ou de poudre ou de n'importe quoi, parce que Strania c'était pour la coke, mais sacrément, c'est quelqu'un qui va me dire qu'un gars qui a trop fait de coke esti la semaine avant son fight va arriver dans la cage en top shape, genre Chris, qu'est-ce que tu penses? Comme si le gars fume un pétard avant d'aller se battre, ce sera pas le fighter le plus allumé du monde là, entre vous et moi dans la cage, ça se peut que son temps de réaction soit ordinaire. Donc, c'est ça, man. C'est ça que j'ai à dire là-dessus. Je le sais pas, je trouve ça plate pour les combattants qui investissent heures et heures dans leur entraînement, dans toutes leurs affaires, puis qui font pas des grosses bourses. Puis oui, TKO paye bien, paye même très bien ses athlètes comparé à d'autres promotions, mais en dehors de l'UFC, puis en dehors de l'UFC, point, à moins que tu ailles dans le PFL, mais dans le PFL, tu peux gagner 1 million, peut-être tu gagnes un tournoi, c'est que tu as battu genre 13 autres dudes. Fait que c'est pas le favori en partant, on s'entend. Puis pour Bellator, c'était pas un vieux washed-up guy, tu feras pas des grosses bourses au Bellator en entrant. Là. Donc en dehors de l'UFC, les salaires sont pas incroyables en MMA. Puis ça, c'est une toute autre discussion qu'on pourrait avoir un autre jour, mais ces gars-là investissent tellement d'argent, de temps, de sueur, de sang, de sacrifices dans leur entraînement pour aller faire des combats d'arts martiaux mixtes pour un salaire qui est raisonnable, mais pas incroyable si le combattant n'a pas un autre travail en dehors de ça. Ce qu'ils ont pas mal tout, entre vous et moi. Mais bref. Et puis la régie va les tester pour des drogues récréatives qui, dans le pire des cas, vont juste rendre leur performance moins bonne s'ils ont vraiment consommé ça in competition, ce qui est absolument pas le cas. C'est juste que le pot, le THC, ça dure environ 90 jours dans le sang en général. Oui, il y a des gens qui ont des métabolismes plus rapides. Je connais des fighters qui ont fumé pendant 10 ans puis qu'ils arrêtent de fumer un mois avant leur combat, même pas, puis ils testent à zéro, aussi zéro, double zero, nothing. Puis je connais des gars qui peuvent arrêter de fumer 3 mois avant leur combat, puis ils vont encore avoir des résidus de THC dans leur test quand ils vont arriver au Fight Night, parce que c'est juste du monde que leur système métabolise moins vite ça, puis fait que ça dure longtemps dans le sang. C'est pas la régie peut pas comme prouver que Todd Stoute elle s'était fumé un bat avant d'aller se battre, parce que c'est sûr qu'il est pas arrivé ça qui est. C'est sûr que c'est pas ça qui est arrivé, mais c'est vraiment pas une bonne situation. C'est pas vraiment un bon look pour la régie, pour être franc avec vous. Puis, tu sais, oui, les combattants, ça leur fait le cul de se faire mettre des disqualifications après avoir gagné. Je pense que c'est peut-être cet aspect-là qui affecte le plus le combattant. Mais moi, ce qui me révolte, c'est qu'ils prennent ça. Tu sais, même situation avec Todd Stoute et Adam, même situation, l'athlète a juste à remettre un pourcentage de sa bourse, qui est, mettons, 50% ou moins, là, parce qu'il faut que tu remettes 85% de ta bourse comme la donne au complet, mais 50% ou moins, là, il faut qu'il donne un pourcentage de ça. Puis oui, s'il fait pour les stéroïdes, là, je m'en crisse, il enlève toute sa bourse, ça va de soi, mais c'est drôle. On n'en voit pas des tests de stéroïdes, on n'en voit jamais. Puis pourtant, c'est pas comme s'il n'y avait pas personne qui faisait de la sauce, là, entre vous puis moi, t'sais. Fait que, regarde, je veux pas me lancer dans d'autres sujets qu'on n'a pas envie de parler, là, pour être franc avec vous, mais je trouve ça vraiment déplorable de la part de la régie, puis je m'en crisse s'ils écoutent ça, puis ils sont fâchés après moi, ça me dérange pas. Je trouve ça déplorable, puis je parle même pas là de la règle qui, oui, devrait changer, mais je parle pas de ça. La règle, c'est la règle, faut la respecter, mais un coup, t'as pas respecté la règle, comment tu veux enlever 100% du salaire à un gars qui travaille tellement fort là, pour ça, pis tu enlèves 100% de sa calice de paye parce qu'il a fumé du pot un matin avant son combat, genre 1 semaine, 2 mois, Chris, on le sait dessus, man. Pis, étrangement, ça arrive juste à des combattants qui font des bonnes payes. Donc, pensez à ça, pis bon podcast. Salut tout le monde! On est là avec Gillian Robertson, qui a probablement une des meilleures performances là, à l'UFC 240 pour vous parler de ça. So, what's up, Gillian? How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. You know, still just coming off that great victory this weekend, and then I got great fight news too, so it's like I'm super hyped.
Yeah, for sure, man. What an amazing performance this weekend. I guess, man. Did you like plan it to go that well? Like, did you plan the fight to go that well?
Of course, I always go there and I try to plan. I just try to enforce my will no matter what. Make sure it's my game plan 100%. Don't give her a chance to do anything she wants to do. I didn't expect a TKO. I definitely said I wanted to get more ground and pound in, so I'm happy that I did get a TKO. So it was awesome to be able to do that in front of the Canadian crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Last time we spoke, you told me I wanted to use more ground and pound in my last fight because I was looking back at the fight that you lost, and you kind of were trying some ground and pound, and you kind of get caught in that arm bar like while trying to ground and pound her. So last fight you didn't use it that much, but this fight, man, it was wow, it was amazing. Like the way you just took the position, how it was like. It was great because we saw that she was good on the ground. Obviously, when you found yourself on top of her, she was like real agile with her legs, and she seemed to be like exactly where she wanted to be. Because we've seen her being real good on bottom in other fights, but damn, you just ran through her. You were patient. You didn't do like nothing stupid in the guard to get caught in the leg lock or stuff like that, and you just advanced your way, and when you had the chance, man, I think the first elbow just cut her wide open. So how were you feeling when you saw that? Like, first good elbow you land and slice her right open. And
honestly, when I first cut her in the first round, I surprised myself even. I didn't feel like I hit her that hard, and then I looked and I saw blood, and I was like, oh shit, she's bleeding. Like, it surprised myself. But when I cut her the second time, I knew I did it. I knew I hit that elbow decent. I was in mount then. I was hitting some pretty hard elbows, so I knew the second one that it was a good one.
Yeah, man. When you look at the replay in slow motion, you can see the blood splatter everywhere. It was great. It was an amazing performance, man. Really, like, you were talking about that 50K performance. I feel like it was it. You just didn't get the 50K, which I feel like was, I wouldn't say a robbery because Neil did good too, but I feel like Neil almost got finished in his fight, and then he came back and like it was good, it was entertaining, but I feel like performance of the night, it was clearly you and Akeem on that card for me.
It is what it is. I feel like there's a few times where I'm like, oh, I might get it, and I haven't gotten it. Hopefully this Maycee Barber fight, that'll be the one. That'll be my 50K.
Yeah, but that's main card placement for sure, right?
Oh, 100%. I'm not, like, they haven't sent us the card yet, but I'm pretty sure a name like that, me and her versus each other, we have to be main card.
Yeah, because she's got some buzz, too. Like, people, I think they're kind of liking her. She's kind of cute. So, obviously, she's going to have, like, more fans. Like, I don't know why women's MMA usually works like that. The cuter you are, the more buzz you have early on in your career, and then it all falls through someday, like it pretty much did with Paige Van Zandt. I feel, I'm not trying to throw shade or anything, but yeah, so I feel like she's coming off the Contender. She has big wins and big TKO wins, and I feel like this is assured main card placement for that fight. So if you still have a performance like this, one day they're just not gonna be able to deny you that 50K bonus.
Oh, 100%. I'm always going after it too. I'm always searching for the finish. Always trying to. Still for the UFC, I haven't seen a third round yet, so I'm trying to keep it that way.
Yup, and against Maycee Barber, like, how does this matchup stack up? Because she feels like a big and strong girl. That's the thing I think I noted the most from her fights. She seems like, yeah, she's a good grappler, she's got good technique, but she mostly, like, bullies her opponents to the ground, and then she tries to smother them. But how do you feel you match up against, like, a girl that's maybe playing a bigger and stronger game than you, but that will probably try to grapple you either way?
Oh, I know a lot of people are bigger and stronger than me, but I can still beat them up. I can still beat them in a fight. That's all that matters. I feel like no girl in this division has a chance with me once it's on the ground. I have potential to take any girl out, and she's definitely going to be the next one in my path, you know? I feel like I'm going to be able to get my takedown. I'm going to be able to get to the ground. And she definitely has a lot of dangerous positions to offer. I feel like in the clinch, she's really strong. She's good with her elbows and her knees. But I feel like I'll be able to get into more dangerous positions. And I feel like it's definitely a finish for me.
Yeah, for sure, man. If she's standing in the clinch, man, that's giving you flying arm bars, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, man, that'd be so great. But still, man, that Sarah Froda fight, it was such, like, perfect domination. I was surprised. Like, I knew that I had your favorite going in. I knew that you were a real good grappler, but I was wondering, man, Froda seems comfortable on her back. That's where she gave trouble to, what's her damn name? The Brazilian girl she fought before, whatever her name is. And, she gave her trouble, on the ground when she was on the bottom. So I was wondering, is that a type of fight that maybe you would be on top, you would dominate, but since she's a good black belt, she'd get out a submission out of her ass in the third round, and you can never know. But damn, you'd never let her the chance to do this. And it was real impressive because her last fight, even though I don't remember the name of the girl, I know she was an Invicta champion. It was at 115, but she was an Invicta champion. She was a girl that came into the UFC with kind of big hype, and Froda basically beat her in that fight. It was split decision. It was real close, but Froda basically beat her, and man, you just whipped her all around and mopped the floor with her. So it was such a great performance that started the night good for Canadian fighters too.
Oh, thank you so much. I definitely feel like it was one of my stronger performances, and to be able to do that in front of the Canadian crowd, it was amazing. It was the vibes out there were incredible.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'd love to let you talk, but I'm just buzzing about that performance. I love people who go and just straight up fucking grapple, no time to waste, and show up killer performances like this on the ground. But the other thing I was seeing, you're doing the eye rollers in Miami.
I've done the MIA rollers in Miami. I haven't got a chance to compete with high rollers yet. Just honestly, I was supposed to do one of them last year, and then my fight schedule, I got a fight on 3 weeks' notice, so I had to pull out of it. So I haven't got a chance to do high rollers yet, but I'm hoping to in the future.
Alright, that's my goal. I want to come to the US and do one of those someday and just win a fucking pound of weed.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm down to do that.
Yeah, for sure, man. And since here, and we're legal, man, in Canada too, so that'll be quite great to get the chance to bring some weed back home. I feel like that's the ultimate goal. You grapple and you win bunch of weed and you just fuck, man. That's the life.
Can't ask for anything more, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. And so the Miami roll is it's not the same thing as the eye rollers competition.
It's a different competition, but pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Just different people.
Okay, and do you win weed if you win?
Oh, yeah, and they helped me get my medical card for Florida, so.
Okay, yeah, because you need to, oh, shit, that's real. That's not legal in Florida.
Yeah, it's not.
You guys are probably going to be one of the last ones, too, to be quiet.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah, but here, I hope when it happens, I hope it's done well, because they did it here. But, man, I don't know if it works like this in the US, but it really works like this in Canada. There's always, federal law, but then they always give power to its provinces out here, but the states, let's say. They always give, more power to the states to regulate, on their own territory. So, in Quebec, they gave power to the state that didn't want to do much with it, so they gave powers to the cities. And most cities, they ban smoking weed in public, even though it's legal. And they give time for people who rent to adjust the bells and shit, so that it's written that you can smoke in a rented apartment. So basically it's legal, but it's more illegal than ever because you can't smoke outside. You can't smoke in your house if you're renting, and your owner, the owner of the place, has specified that he doesn't want any weed smoking inside his apartment. So basically it's legal. You can go and buy it and have it, but you can't smoke it nowhere if you're not owner of a house.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's absolutely fucking crazy, but so that's why I'm saying, because I feel like we should have like listen to the, not listen, but look at what Colorado did and like what Washington did, and like it's going great out there, man. They got specified place where they can smoke and shit, and like it's running smoothly here, man. We like the fucking weed store from the government, which is the only place you can legally buy it. Like they needed to close half the week because they didn't have enough weed for everybody. So it was just like we were so rushing to get it legal that it was so poorly planned, man. It was like quite awful, and now they're trying to readjust and shit. But man, I feel like it's not great. Yeah. So are you like, I know I won't put you in any trouble, but how big of a weed smoker are you?
Oh, I definitely partake every day before and after training. I feel like it helps. It helps sometimes with motivation if my body's sore, it gets me out of bed, gets me moving.
Yeah, no, I feel the same. And people like in the gym, they're always, I can't believe like how you doing, like you smoke before rolls, and how can you do? But shit, I feel like I'm more concentrated. Like when I roll without smoking, I roll more on instinct, and I'm not.
No, I feel like I feel like everybody's different. Some people they're better with it. Some people they're better without it, and I definitely feel like I'm more focused when I smoke before I train.
Yeah, for sure. Because when I smoke, I just think more about my shit and what my techniques and what I'm trying to do. And like naturally, I'm not that athletic. I'm not that explosive. I'm more of a bottom player who likes to like let the action come forward, and I can counter you on your shit, and that's more how I roll. And I'm a real flexible guy too, so I'm good on bottom. But I feel like when I smoke, like all my techniques, I put them in like different compartments, and it's like it's easier to me to think about like my next move and how I'm gonna set this shit up, or compared to like when I'm not smoking, I'm just like going on instinct, and my instinct sucks, man. I'm just not that good of an athlete.
No, I definitely get that.
Yup. I wanted to talk too about a fight that's coming up this weekend, cause like your gym is basically the headline, like the selling point of that fight. It is Robbie Lawler and Colby Covington, and like Colby's kind of putting the ATT team on his back, but I know he's how can I say it? He's a special guy. So I wanted to know, do you have a relationship with Colby Covington, and if so, like how are your interactions with this guy?
Oh no, I honestly don't really. I don't know. ATT is such a huge gym. Yeah. I've never really talked to Colby. I don't really know him. It's like we literally have, our pro team is probably about 100 people at least, and then we have like more and more classes every day. So it's like, I don't know, ATT is so huge. So I've never really interacted with Colby.
Okay. Have you like listened a little bit to the pre-fight build-up? Do you know what it's about?
No, not a lot. I haven't.
Yeah. Okay.
I've been so focused on my own fight recently. It's just like I've been in a tunnel there.
Yeah, no, okay, I get it, man. So the other thing I wanted to ask, you're fighting in October now. So does that give you time like to relax and eat food a little bit?
That's gonna give me. Oh, this week I'm planning it. This is the only week where I'm really stepping off my diet, relaxing, because I can't really train anyway. My body's like just. I feel like I got in a fight last week, My body's achy, I feel sore, so I'm just giving it this week, relaxing a little bit, and training light, not moving too hard, and then next week I'm going to start picking up the work.
Yeah, I saw you even training the gi. How often do you get your gi out?
I love to train in the gi, but honestly, I don't get an opportunity a lot of times now. It's like I feel like I'm always in fight camp, so it's just always focused on no gi, always focused on the next fight.
Yep. And what have you planned, like, as meals? Like, what are your go-to, like, now that you can eat, now that you've probably been waiting a while to eat that shit, so what are you gonna eat?
Oh, it's just everything bread. I love, like, I have to cut out bread usually first thing to keep my weight down, so I love bread. That's the best.
Oh, man, for sure. I've been, my jiu-jitsu team is Nova União. I'm with Nova União in Canada, so we had once a year we've got like a big team training. Everybody from all around Canada and even people from Brazil or North United States, they all come to Toronto, and like we have a huge training camp, and like I like diet wise this year I've been real bad, like real bad. I'm just so out of weight. If there was a tournament, like I'd probably have to go heavyweight, like really, because I'm so fucking fat, and I just lost my diet. So I was trying to get back into my diet for that training camp, because I was saying I'm going there, I'm representing the team from Quebec. I don't want to come in like too fat, too disgusting, and just have no cardio and not be able to roll well. So I dieted to just get my weight down a little bit for that training camp. And when we got there, we had a dinner at a Brazilian restaurant, like in Toronto. And man, I calculated my shit wrong, man. I didn't play my cards well. It like, I don't know if you know how it's working. It's a buffet, and then people, they come like with meat basically to your table, and they cut some meat into your plates, and you basically can't say no. But man, I got into the buffet. I've been eating well for like maybe 2 weeks, and I went like straight into the bread and pasta, man. That was like an awful move, because I was full after my plate and I couldn't say no to any meat, so I almost died that night.
I almost died.
Yeah, and I ate like, before I had eaten a 140 milligram brownie, so it was such an experience. But man, I feel like my stomach didn't like it that much, like the wheat brownies and the pastas and the bread, the beginning, and fuck. That was a rough night, and a rough day at training the other day, and the day after, that was awful. So Brad, you like desserts too, like cake, you like shit like that, or more of a?
Yeah, but I feel like it's just really like cutting carbs. Like, I have to be so strict to make 125. You know, I'm usually walking around like 140, so to be able to get down there, it's like I just have to cut everything. So then whenever I can't eat food, it's just bread's my favorite thing.
Yeah, for sure. Bread is so good. So, oh shit, man, I'm sore. Sorry about that. I just like had something going through my neck. I don't know why. And it's fucking hot outside too. But, okay. Maycee Barber fight, how does it end? Like, before I let you go, how does that shit end? Which type of amazing finish you get out of your pocket, like, again this time?
No matter what, I'm always taking it to the ground, and I'm always looking for the throat. Like, that's even with Sarah Froda, that was my goal. If I get a TKO before that comes, then that's what happens, but I'm always hunting for the throat. For
sure, and I guess you're ranked after that win. Is she ranked? Is Maycee ranked?
Yeah, she's ranked number 12.
Oh shit! How come? She fought like 2 times in the UFC.
Don't ask me. I'm not ranked, so I have no idea.
Yeah, so okay, I guess you're ranked after that fight. So man, once you're ranked, what's next? How many fights you need to get to that title?
I'm assuming 2 or 3, and then it'll be my shot. You know, I'll be up there by a year and a half, no doubt.
And I guess you guess that Valentina's still gonna be there.
Oh, I'm assuming that much.
And how do you prepare for a matchup like this? Because she's a monster, right?
I feel like no matter what, I'm a monster too. I have a unique submission skill set, and I feel like a lot of girls don't know how to defend what I have to offer.
Man, that's amazing. That's what we like to hear. So, man, thank you once again. It's always very generous of you to take the time to speak with us. And, man, I guess we'll probably get to speak after that next fight to see what's up and what's next for you. Thank you very much, Gillian.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, bye. Salut, on est de retour avec un autre invité, poids lourd dans l'UFC. Jeff Hughes, UFC heavyweight. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm great, and I'm happy to have you, especially today, because we'll get to talk about your fight in Canada, in Vancouver, that's coming up. Big matchup on that card. But we'll also get to talk about what happened yesterday, because I think it was kind of a big day for your gym, for one of your teammates who did real well on the Contender Series. So since it's fresh in everybody's mind, let's talk about it. Your teammate, Aleksa Camur, he was on the Contender Series yesterday, and man, he flying knee KO'd a dude. Basically, it was amazing. It was a great performance all around. So man, what about his performance and like having the chance for you to be able to be training with big guys like this? Because you've got plenty big guys in your gym, especially we all know you've got Stipe, you've got you've got Aleksa. So how about his performance, and how about like the chance that you got to be training with those big good guys every day in the gym?
Well, for one, his performance I thought was great. He never has an issue in a fight, and it's good because he's so good. But he gets a little nervous before a fight, and he had no nerves for this fight, and that was, you can tell he's maturing as a fighter. And I was very happy with his performance, and the flying knee was amazing.
Yeah, for sure. And for you, man, to be able to train with these guys, like with a guy like Aleksa, a guy with Stipe, how does that help your game? Because we all know heavyweight is not the deepest division, so to have the chance to have these good, high-caliber UFC level guys that are all near your weight, like every day with you, how does that add up to your game?
Oh, it's been, ever since I've been to the gym, I started going to strong style MMA like 2 years ago. Stipe was the champion at the time, and it's just made me so much better. It's hard to find heavyweight training partners, and I have two of the best in the world, and one's a light heavyweight, but he hangs, and there's just not an easy round in the gym, There's no taking a break, because either of those guys will clean your clock if you're not ready.
Yeah, man, that's such a big advantage, and for you to be able to gain like all experience from these guys, and you giving some of your experience to these guys is such a great thing. So now you're going to be fighting in Vancouver, man, against Todd Duffy. My first question is, what and who is 2019 Todd Duffy? Like, what are you expecting?
Only thing we can go off of is his old fights. He hasn't fought in quite some time. I think anyway, if I implement my game plan, I think it's going to be enough to beat him. It might not be in the first 30 seconds like most of his fights. It could be all 3 rounds. I'm not sure. It's like that's part of the fighting, the game, and I'm very excited for this fight. I think one way or another, I'm going to get the W.
Yeah, and it's a big opportunity for you, because you lost your first UFC fight. We can talk about it like maybe a little bit later. It was such a frustrating fight, but now in your second UFC fight, you get the chance to fight a guy that, no, he's not on a good streak. He's not even active, but everybody knows Todd Duffy. Everybody who's been watching UFC for the past like 5 to 10 years, they've seen a Todd Duffy knockout. They've seen a Todd Duffy fight. They've seen like how it ends up when he's fighting. So how big is it of an opportunity it is for you to be able like to get that guy at this stage of his career, at this stage of your career too,
Oh, I think it's a great opportunity. I remember being 20 years old watching him fight and realizing he was only 4 years older than me, and I was looking at him like, hey, this is where I want to be in 4 years. Well, it didn't happen in 4 years, but it happened, and I made it to the UFC. My first fight didn't go as planned, but it was debatable if I won or not. And I thought when they gave me the opportunity to fight Todd Duffy, I never turned down a fight, but I was happy because I know if I beat him, I'm on the right path.
Yup, let's just talk a little bit about your first fight, because it was a weird decision, but it was a weird fight too. I feel like if people have seen your fight on the Contender Series and your fight before, you've been a champion. You've even defeated that same Maurice Green guy in a title fight before. So now in retrospect, now that it's happened and it's been a while, what do you take away from a frustrating fight like this?
I was so used to training for a 5-round fight when I was fighting in the LFA, and with a 5-round fight, your pace doesn't have to be as fast, and you can almost lose that first round. In the UFC, 3-round fights, man, you can't take a round off or you can't ease into it. You have to go. That first round, you have to win that first round. I'm sure if they did, I'm sure there's a study or whatever. People that win the first round probably most of the time wins the fight if it goes to decision. So yeah, we can't pace ourselves this fight. You know, we just gotta let it fly.
Yeah, for sure, and we can probably bet, because like I've been saying, we don't really know how is Todd Duffy and what he's up to in 2019. It's been such a while, but if it is to expect, if he's still the same guy, that he's gonna come out guns blazing. Like, he's not gonna let you be passive in that first round.
Right. It's gonna be. I think. I have a feeling it's gonna be from the bell. It's just gonna be a war until one of us goes down.
Yup, and you've kind of proven to be a real durable guy, a real tough guy. That, like you've been saying, you're used to 5-round fights. You can be in a 5-round fights tomorrow, and you'll be all right. You'll have no cardio issues. You know how to pace yourself. So you're a durable guy. You're a tough guy. We have not seen you like in trouble that much in your career. You lost a weird decision, but man, it happens. Todd Duffy, he either knocks a guy out cold or he gets knocked out cold. So against a durable guy like you, he may be in for a tough night out if he thinks he's gonna be able to knock you out in the first minute of the fight.
I think that's his plan. I don't know, obviously, but I'm ready for it. You know, whatever he brings to the table, I'm ready for it.
Yup, and I know you guys, like, you don't want to look too far into the future, because you still gotta come to Vancouver and fight, and you still got a well-known guy in front of you, but I expect that you expect to win that fight. So after that win, like, what's next for Jeff Hughes?
Man, I don't know. Hopefully they give me a fight, you know, I get a quick turnaround, and everything goes well in Vancouver, and I'm out on a card again a couple months after that. You know, I'm in this to fight. I'm 31 years old. You know, I'm not getting any younger, so I'm here to fight. It's my favorite thing in the world to do. So they keep giving me fights, and I stay healthy, then, you know, I'm their guy. I will never turn down a fight.
Yup, for sure, man. And like, I gotta tell you, man, I'm so sad to. Because I'm going once a year, I go on a fishing trip, and it's far down deep in the woods, and I don't have access to no signal, no anything. And this year, man, I planned it from August 10 to August 18, so I'll be missing the Stipe fight. I'll be missing the Stipe rematch. So I deep inside, I just want to cry, like, in my bedroom all day, because man, it's such an amazing fight. It's such a fascinating fight. So I wanted to know, how is Stipe doing right now? How's the training going? Because man, it's probably the best card of the year with all the fights that they put into this card. It's an amazing rematch, a huge fight, and one of the card that I was looking forward to, even though I'm gonna fucking miss it. So how's Stipe doing? Like, how is his training going for him and everything?
I gotta be completely honest with you. Stipe is looking better than ever. You know, he's fighting to get his belt back, and he's trying to make Cemento's legacy is the greatest of all time, which, in my opinion, he is. Not only because he's my teammate, but he just, in my opinion, he really is the best. It sucks going with him, you know, going 3, 4, 5 rounds with him. It's miserable. It makes me better. I'm trying to make him better, you know. He's really the best teammate I can have. And, man, I would not want to be DC come August 17th.
Man, we can see how good Stipe, how good of a guy he is. Just when we was looking at the Contender Series, and your Aleksa's fight is not even done, that he's calling Dana saying, man, gotta pick my teammate, man, after this. And so you see that he's a team guy, he's a good guy, and like, he's one of the most likable characters. I'll always remember when he won the belt and it was outside the cage and yelling, I'm a world champion. It was amazing. It was one of my favorite moments, like, in most years. So I know DC's good, but I feel like we can't say a knockout is a lucky knockout, but he clipped him and Stipe just didn't see it coming, and it ended quickly, I guess. Like, we didn't see that fight yet. We don't know how it's gonna play out. I'm like, my guess, I don't really know who I'm picking for that fight even, because man, DC clipped him, he had him early and he won it. He won clean, but like, how is it gonna play out if it goes to the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth? Because we know Stipe is good to go all day. DC is basically good to go all day too, as we know him. But he's getting older too. He's past 40 now, so I feel like this matchup is so fascinating, and I guess we'll get to see it for real this time. I hope so.
Yes, for sure. I don't see the same outcome. I don't see the same fight at all. I think when you're a heavyweight, those 4-ounce gloves, man, it only takes a little bit to knock you out. So I mean, it was a perfect shot, well timed. Some people call it lucky, whatever you want, but I mean, he meant to throw it and he threw it and it landed, and props to him. But I just don't see it happening again. I really don't.
Yep. I'm so first thing I'll do when I get out the woods is probably just find a way to stream it on my phone and just see how it went, because man, when you're like, I covered this sport, but I'm like the most hardcore of all hardcore fans. I love like each and every fighter. So man, missing that fight is like the most painful thing, man, ever.
Yeah, it's a part of the year for sure.
Yeah. So man, I guess I'll let you go. It was a great time, and I thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today. I wish you good luck on your Vancouver fight. We'll be watching closely, even though it's like basically at the opposite end of Canada where I am. It's still in Canada, so we'll be watching closely.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. I will get to speak again.
All right, sounds good.
Cool, man. Bye.
See ya.
Bon, c'était le podcast cette semaine. J'espère que vous avez apprécié ma petite rant et puis les entrevues avec Gillian Robertson et Jeff Hughes. Thanks a lot to both of you guys for taking the time to speak with me, and it was great. I'm looking forward to both of your fights, and I hope we'll get the chance to speak again afterwards to discuss the experience that you guys been through. So, c'était ça pour le Faber Cast. Suivez-moi sur les médias sociaux, sur Facebook, MMA Talk sur YouTube, MMA Talk sur Instagram, The MMA Talk, THE évidemment, sur Twitter, The_MMA Talk, et finalement au MMAtalk.ca, le plus magnifique site internet de nouvelles d'MMA au monde.